Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to Monster Tamer News, the segment on this channel where we go over the last week's developments in the monster taming genre. Things are starting to pick up again this week a little bit, with the release of a couple of interesting demos slash alphas for upcoming titles that I think will be pretty significant overall. We've got the success and continued success of the Lumentale Kickstarter campaign. Some Persona games made their way to modern consoles, which will be debatable whether or not you'd consider monster taming or whatever, but it's still related to the SMT franchise, so bite me. We've got some new Digimon Digital Tamers 2 gameplay to show off, and more. So, as per the usual, make sure to sit back, relax, and let's dive right in. Okay, so first things first, the Lumentale Kickstarter continues its campaign, with it now being 150% funded and having reached multiple stretch goals, including but not limited to consoles, of course, which is going to include, I'm guessing, PS5, Xbox Series X, and Nintendo Switch. Though with the game coming out in 2024, I'm not even sure if the Switch will still be Nintendo's main console by then, but either way, I don't think they're going to have a real problem making it run on Switch. It's not exactly like this is some crazy, hyper-realistic game or anything like that. They've also reached a stretch goal that'll act as a collaboration with Emmy Evans, who's also known for her work in Dark Souls and Monster Hunter, and this would be for the opening vocals of the game, and 25 more Animons will be added to the base game as well. The campaign still has just under 2 weeks left until it's completed, so if it interests you and you're waiting to see if the game would come to consoles or for one of the other stretch goals, now's the time to check it out. I will leave it linked below. Next up, we got Moonstone Island, which has a demo available for a week until January 30th, and basically what this game is, it's a monster taming, raising, life sim game with farming and exploration aspects to it. I actually did record a video playing the demo, which I believe was for the first 30 minutes or so of it, and while I'm typically more of a force my monsters to fight and treat them like tools kind of person, I can definitely say that objectively the game has some really cool monster design, great pixel art, and feels very clean. It's being published by the same publisher that Cassette Beast is under, that being Raw Fury, and between these two titles you can see that the publisher seems to have an eye for quality in the genre. If you want to check it out, their Steam page will be linked below. You can download the demo from there, and let me know what you guys think about it. Stay tuned for my playthrough. We have another alpha that was just released for Super Auto Battlemon, an auto battler that we covered a while back in our Mon Games You Never Knew segment, where we explore early development and obscure monster taming titles. Since then, the game has actually received quite the notoriety, with a lot of content creators checking out the demo, and I also, again, have a playthrough coming out in the next couple of days. Essentially, like I said, the game's a monster taming auto battler, if that wasn't obvious from the title. It has a really cute design philosophy, and I'm honestly really intrigued to play it, because I haven't played a lot of auto battling type of games, and the few that I have played in my personal life, as well as the Pokemon Crown showcase that we just did, still have me sort of on the fence as to whether or not these types of games are for me. I will still, of course, cover them, but in general, I'm actually starting to warm up to these auto battling games, whereas if you asked me a year ago, I thought I'd not enjoy them at all. For this one in particular, you're gonna have to check out their itch.io page, which will be linked below as well, and I really look forward to playing it. We've got yet another alpha coming out this week. However, it will be coming out on the 29th, while the other ones I mentioned were already out now. That said, Kubberz is going to enter its first alpha state. This will be a bump up from the pre-alpha that they released a while back. I actually did have a chance to play the build early with the developers. However, unfortunately, my OBS decided to record gameplay kind of weird, and that while I was playing, everything was smooth, but the recording would have some strange issues with like the quality going down and creating these kind of like squares on screen when there was a lot of movement. I have since adjusted my OBS settings and done a couple tests, and it seems to be looking a lot better, but it was just weird because, like, to me, I'm playing the game, everything looks perfect. Then I look back at the recording that OBS took, and it's got a lot of issues. I seem to have mitigated most of those by increasing my bitrate, and if it's relevant to you guys, I am running a 3050 right now. It's a long story, but essentially I had received a graphics card from some developers, but unfortunately it ended up getting damaged during shipping. So then I decided, you know what, I need a new card. I went over to Amazon and noticed that graphics cards aren't $1 million anymore. So I actually went and bought a brand new one for my rig. So I know it's definitely not the card or my PC having issues. The game ran totally fine. And again, what you're seeing on screen is from some of my testing, but I don't know why it was doing that. If anyone has any advice as to why that type of thing might happen, definitely let me know. I had the same issues with Ova Magica on my 1050. So I don't even think it's a graphics card issue. I think it's something to do with the way OBS records. Anyways, next up we have the rapid fire news segment where we go over the updates that don't require lengthy explanations. So for starters, the palworld developers are actually going to be showing off a lot more in-game clips leading up to launch. This is what you see on screen now. We can expect a lot more moving forward as well. We got some previews for the upcoming challenge mode in Temtem. some teasers for the next Pixels Digital Creatures update. We got a new Sentius for Sky Climbers, some new step forms for Gremlin's Tale. A new bot has been added to Bot World Adventure. We got some, and I quote, random screenshots for Zokai. Here we get to see a new clip of a new mechanic in Summoner's Tale where you can fight your own companions for rewards. I think this is really cool as far as training your monsters is concerned. Persona 3 and 4 have been added to modern consoles. We've got a new Digimon World pre-order bonus for North America, that being this beanie. And finally, last but not least, we got some Tyrannomon footage for Digital Tamers 2. And there you go, guys, another solid week in the genre. I'm personally pretty excited for Lumentale, if you couldn't already tell. And also, Digimon Con is next month, which I will be streaming. That'll be on February 11th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm pretty sure. We'll make an announcement closer too, but until then, make sure to subscribe for daily monster taming videos. You can also check out my Twitter, Discord, and Patreon linked below. Special thanks to the patrons, especially Jim Hamilton, Dro Ghost, Dark Persona, and Exodus, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.